We're into draft season and we're right here at Draft Nerds ready to give you the top 6 QBs before we get into the meat of everything. And we're going to start off right away with an obvious one. It is the now national champion and Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza. He is, as of right now, I won't say the perfect prospect because no one is, but he is very, very good and leaves very little questions that he can lead a franchise. We can go beyond the things that are on the field and just talk about his character, how he leads his team and everything like that, but we'll stick to what's on the field. And the big thing that he had in Indiana that he didn't have when he was over in the Pac-12 is that mobility. That mobility has been fantastic. We actually saw that within the national championship game in an incredible play where on a fourth down, Fernando Mendoza is the one and only dude who took it all the way for a touchdown, even after only needing to move the chains. He's been great throwing on the run. He's been great picking up extra yards, and all of that is coupled with that massive arm that he has. He can make any throw all over the field. He's very reminiscent of Justin Herbert to me. One, because of that mobility, and two, just that large arm that can make every throw that you could ask of him. He has lightning quick release, very good processing, and pro level velocity no matter where you want him to make plays over the field. Now for our number 2, this may be a bit of a shocker. It is for me, even though that he's fallen down quite a few boards. I still like Garrett Nussmeier as my number 2 quarterback. A lot of that is consistency and understanding exactly what went on at LSU. A huge part of why this team fell off, I did not like a lot of the play design, and Garrett Nussmeier was asked to play a lot of hero ball as the only playmaker on that offense. I'm not saying that the receivers aren't anything special, but downgrading to where you don't even have a Mason Taylor and how tumultuous Brian Kelly was running that offense, you can understand just how poor everything was around him. He's good working through his progressions. He's always calm and collected. The big thing about him is he has below average mobility and he's undersized. So when you get to the NFL, you want to hope that he can continue to make plays, and you don't want another Bryce Young problem, because right now that's my comp for him. He's a little undersized. He does have a little mobility, but not really. You want him sitting in the pocket. He can't really throw outside of structure, which isn't like Bryce Young. He can actually make some of those plays, but when you want a consistent guy who can make every throw and looks great and calm under pressure, I like Garrett Nussmeier. Before we go any further, if you like content like this, we're a new channel. Yes, we're under Dynasty Nerds, but we're new here at Draft Nerds. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Moreover, if you want to look at some of the same tape that we have our film room that's just been updated and you want to join that nerd herd, go over to dynastynerds.com. That gives you access to our GM tools, all of our rankings, and again, especially that prospect film room that is invaluable during draft season. So again, like, subscribe, go over and join the nerd herd on dynastynerds.com. We'll go to our third QB, Ty Simpson. I felt a little underwhelmed by Ty Simpson. A lot of that is inconsistency, particularly with his footwork. Very sloppy at times. He doesn't like to step into his passes, particularly whenever he's receiving pressure. He can't really hang tough. And when you have that inconsistent footwork, that leads to inconsistent ball placement, and that is all over his tapes. This is a tale of two different players, because some games when Ty Simpson's on, he's incredible. He can make any throw that you ask of him and has enough mobility, even more than Garrett Nussmeier, where you could dial up some RPOs or don't feel like the play is dead once you have a messy pocket. But again, that footwork even leads to some poor velocity to where downfield, I could see a lot of interceptions if he doesn't clean that up. But this is an interesting coaching prospect, because if you do have a good quarterback coach who can coach out a lot of that bad footwork, get him leveled out, make sure that he's calm even when he's under pressure, doesn't have all that happy feet going on, you have a solid quarterback that I wouldn't be surprised if we could see him creep up to the top of the second round or the back end of the first round, even ahead of someone like Nussmeier, who I like just because of the consistency. Now for our fourth QB, it's Trinidad Chambliss. When I first watched this tape, I was underwhelmed, and then as I saw more of it, I saw more and more passes downfield. He plays on time and is accurate. Very good pre-snap. They don't ask him to do a lot on the post-snap because there's a lot of screen passes. He is a very, very mobile quarterback and can make plays while being mobile. Honestly, a big problem why he doesn't even have more production is there were so many drops with his wide receivers. So if they did have more solid receivers at Ole Miss, which normally they do, I'm very interested in seeing how much more we could have seen from Trinidad Chambliss. I know that Garrett Price is really a fan of him, and I wouldn't be surprised if a team likes him just because he has a lot of tools that an offense may like. I want him to sit behind someone like Lamar Jackson, learn his play style, and learn how to play the game and have it slow down to where we could see the consistency before I see him as a starter. But he's someone that I'm more than capable of drafting and stashing and seeing what I get in the future. For our 5th QB, Drew Allar could have been the top quarterback taken in the 2025 draft, but he decided to stay, and boy, did that hurt. James Franklin left, he got fired, and Drew Allar, it's a chicken and egg scenario whether he was the cause or the effect, because he does everything that you want. He can make every throw. Very, very immobile. I used to compare Fernando Mendoza to Drew Allar with even less mobility, but at this point, he's a statue, but he does have an arm that can make those deep throws. He can layer over linebackers. It's just seeing the consistency, and more importantly, he never quite had the playmakers outside of Tyler Warren. So when Tyler Warren left, it's obvious that things got worse for this team. I'm very intrigued to see how the NFL evaluates someone like Drew Allar, even though he had a tumultuous season. Because now, when you're going into a weak draft class, you could see someone reaching for someone like Allar for his tools alone. The mobility is going to knock him, especially in the modern NFL, when you have those fast defensive ends. But the big arm and at least a modest processing pre-snap can be effective in the NFL with quality coaching. Now, for the last quarterback on this list, it's Diego Pavia, the flamin' hot, spicy Johnny Manziel of college football. I like his mobility. He's able to make plays. He's a high energy guy, but I don't see the consistent arm talent to be more than just a perennial backup or someone who could come in and maybe not lose you a couple of games, but definitely not a franchise guy. He's another one of these old prospects, but I think that's something I'm going to ding less and less as we go forward with this new NIL deal, because we've seen more and more of these QBs stay, and we've seen their draft stock rise as they get reps. So I actually expect Diego Pavia to come in with a little bit of experience and earn a roster spot, not just be a camp arm. So again, someone that is a stash at best, but he's not someone I expect to be a high priority franchise guy, even despite the excellent Vanderbilt year. He is a great college player. I don't quite know how his tools are going to translate to the NFL. And again, my name's Jagger May. If you want more content like this, we're going to have plenty of these prospect breakdowns, rankings, and we're going to have a full pod twice a week, one with just me and Andrew on Mondays, and then on Fridays we'll have Garrett Price, Jared Wackerly, and then the entire gang sometimes for draft nerds. We're excited. We want you around. Hit the like, subscribe button, and if you want more content, go over to dynastynerds.com and sign up for the Nerd Herd. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.